Namaste, one and all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome back. Welcome back to your favorite show with your favorite bro back for the first time this week. Week 12 kicking off right now. It is NFL on Prime. It's on. It's going to be Kirk. It's going to be Al. It's going to be Kaylee. And it's going to be the gang taking us to the game in about an hour. But before that, let's get into this Thursday night matchup really quickly. Interesting matchup here in the AFC this week. We kick off down in Houston. It is the Texans, unfortunately without CJ Stroud, taking on Josh Allen and the Bills on the road. So where do we go in this one? I gotta go with the road team in this one. Why do I say that? Let's break it down. Rankings really quickly. Passing offense, Buffalo's at eighth. Rushing offense, Buffalo has the best one. Total offense, Buffalo has the second best. Passing defense, Buffalo has the second best. Rushing defense is where they struggle, which is the 31st, which entail kind of takes them to that 10 to 12 range for defense. Offensively, for the Texans, they are 16th. Passing wise, uh, or rushing wise, they're 23rd. Total offense, 19th. So you kind of, you could read that with the injuries they've had in offense, especially with their quarterback now. But their defense, this is where it gets interesting. Third passing defense, third in rushing defense, and the first overall defense in this one at home. That defense is going to play phenomenal. But coming off the game that Josh Allen just did against the Bucks, 3 touchdowns from the air, 3 touchdowns on the ground. I mean, no Keon Coleman. Let's deep dive into that. Let's look into the Buffalo Bills roster. If you look into their roster, let James Cook, cool. Ty Johnson, solid. Keon Coleman, I don't know if he's going to dress up today. Curtis Samuel and Miko Hardman are out. And if you still can't get in, you are likely to get cut if you don't pick up games by playoff times. Yeah, you're more than likely to be cut. You're not a first rounder. You were a second round pick. They invested in you. Does not look like the investment has kind of worked out for them so far. I mean, they kind of traded down for Xavier Worthy. Chiefs got a Super Bowl, but has he been a first round worthy pick himself either? Probably not. But Rushy Rice being there kind of evens it out for him. Who was a late round pick? I want to say a fourth rounder. Um, his contract's coming up. Shout out. Um, but yeah, in this one, no Dalton Kincaid either. This is the type of game that you need Keon Coleman to come in, have the attitude of, to a degree, be selfish. Where hey, I want these catches. I need these catches. I'm gonna make these catches. I'm gonna make these plays. This is why you guys drafted me, and show like his importance to the offense. Because if they feel like he is pretty much worthless to that offense, he will, like I mentioned, be cut definitely in the offseason. Moving on, their offensive line, one of the best ones. I mean, Dawkins and Brown, one of the best tackle duo. Cyrus Torrance has become one of the better ones. McGovern and David Edwards on the inside, experience right there. So solid offensively. Even with Kincaid being out, Jackson Hollis, I do want to give a shout out to him. He's been a phenomenal tight end three for them this season, whether it's blocking, whether it's, just coming out of the backfield, or just those releases on the flats. He's made plays in those. Shout out to him. I believe he has a few touchdowns this season too. So their offense is going to be cooking. Their defense. Talking about that running defense. No Ed Oliver, no Dwayne Carter, no Fedarian Mathis. Landon Jackson's out. Michael Hoyt's out. Michael Hoyt's going to be out for a long time. Maybe out for the season. I do believe so. But they do still have other bodies up front: Deion Walker, Daquan Jones, Jordan Phillips, Ogunjobi, Greg Russo, Daquan, Joey Bosa, AJ Epinesa. Those guys should, up front be holding on. Linebackers wise, probably should have invested there, as because in the back end you have Dorian Strong, Taylor Rapp, DeMar Hamlin, Wande Owens, all on IR. Getting Maxwell Harrison back should help out your secondary in terms of your corners. But at safety, I mean, Jordan Porter did get beat. Cole Bishop is there, but you want something more out of your safety tandem. Sam Franklin, he's been down there with the Panthers, so he kind of understands this defense. Helps out probably in the special teams unit, but you're still going to want some more out of this defense if you are taking the next step, like an AFC championship, if you're even getting to that Super Bowl, which, like I mentioned, most of the names most of these guys are already paid vets, and have been on the Buffalo Bills for a minute with Josh Allen and should be taking that next step. But they've kind of just been teetering of, are we going to take that next step? Are we not? If they play their best ball January, December going into January, they're bend but not break somehow, some way. Maybe Josh Allen does carry them after an MVP year last year. Getting married now, does he get a Super Bowl ring? We're gonna have to see. Looking at the other side, Houston Texans. Unfortunately, like I mentioned, no C.J. Stroud. If Dougie Davis-Mills even is out for a few plays, it's gonna be Graham Hurts. I mean, it's like never really got impressed with him at Florida. Shout out to him. He got drafted, all of that. But um, if you are down to Graham Mertz as your quarterback for a few plays, even if it's against the 31st ranked rushing defense, it's going to be tough for you to kind of get through that. Talk about that. You got to help out your quarterback. Running game wise, they have not been able to put together anything. Woody Mark, he's trying to show some flashes. Nick Chubb has not been able to put it all together. Not sure what happened with Joe Mixon. Damian Pierce went from 1,000-yard running back to four string. Their wide receivers have been hurt all year. Tank Dell's out for probably the whole year. Justin Watson now on IR. Harrison Bryant's on IR currently. Jakob Johnson's probably their third tight end right now. Talk about their tight end. I mean, Dalton Schultz, he did phenomenal his first year. But I think after they really paid him this season, they're trying to get rid of that contract. They have not really featured him. Cade Stover's probably been more featured or has had more targets, I would assume, because Dalton Schultz has really not been featured in this offensive attack like he had before. They probably want to get rid of him, get Harrison Bryant on, another 1 year contract with the injury this year, draft a young tight end, and then go forward with a three-man tight end room with Cade Stover leading it. You can use that money from Dalton Schultz, even if it's a little bit, to add to the offensive line because you are definitely going to need to address that. I mean, I mentioned the offensive line. Trent Brown's a backup tackle. I don't know how great of a, I mean, when your offensive line struggling, I don't know how big of a idea that is. I mean, even Laken Tomlinson, who had familiarity with this San Francisco regime from, D'Amico Ryans and everybody, but he has kind of been, pushed out to it seems as a third stringer. So that's kind of tough. Defensively, they have Fatu Casiel on IR. They have Darrell Taylor on IR, but they still have so many bodies defensive line wise that they should be hunting. They have bodies at linebackers, Jamal Hill being out. They picked up Damon Clark from the waivers from the Cowboys, so their linebacker core is solid. I do fear for their back end as Jalen Petrie is out in this one, and I feel like they're really light with MJ Stewart on IR, Jimmy Ward likely not coming back, Jalen Smith on IR, Lassiter, Reed Bullock, Stingley, and then there's two guys who could play cornerbacks. If anybody gets hurt back there, they don't really have that many bodies to fill in. And cornerback, you're running a lot. You're running backwards, safeties to big hits. You're like even on special teams. I mean, a secondary going down is not that big of a thing, and only having two backups kind of does leave me in reservation. With all that being said, with the defensive matchup against the offensive Buffalo Bills, you got to go out with Josh Allen. I mean, if you kind of put it down to it, yes, you probably do lean with the Texans in terms of offensive weapons, in terms of that defense overall. But when you have a quarterback like Josh Allen, he makes all the difference in the world. When you have a running back like James Cook, who, I mean, this week, like we mentioned against the Bucks, that run out of the backfield, perfect throw right over the top. How are you going to stop that 1-2 duo? I mean, Josh Allen's in control of that command. Davis Dougie Mills, he has performed 250 in his last two games, yards wise. But it was against the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans, both in the division. So he had familiarity with this team. This is a different matchup, a different defense, a different philosophy. Let's see if he can overcome this at home. Keep him steady for CJ Stroud to take the helm again. But gotta rock out with Josh Allen, especially the way he is leading right now. It's his game to lose, and you already know what it is. I will catch y'all for that Sunday slate. Till then, bye.